Welcome back, Portal Masters. SEO Matt here with another SEO Live unboxing. Today, I have one box to unbox. We're going to get to that. But yeah, as the title kind of says, like, I'm not going to be able to beat last week. Last week was a big week with a big collection, tons of Imaginators, creation crystals, chase variants, all sorts of stuff. And I'm not going to be able to beat that. So this week is going to kind of be a downer week. It's going to bring us back to the levels of reality, and we'll see what we can find. But it's not going to be like last week. So Ardioka, Skylanders Addiction, Skylander Midge, Skadooshed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to see y'all here. But yeah, that's where we're at. So we're gonna unbox what we have here today and go about our day then. Like I said, the rest of this week should be relatively normal. I'll get the auction preview video out later today. So you know what's coming for the private VIP auctions on Thursday and the public auctions on Friday. That'll all be ready to go. I know we had you vote on the spotlight item of the week for this week's public auction. So if you're paying attention to that over on Twitter, you know that we'll be auctioning off the purple Firebone hot dog this week at auction. That'll be the public auctions. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Cody, welcome. Ooh, skadooshed. Now you got all your Skylanders. You're on the hunt for a PS5. Good luck. Good luck. I find if you put some time and effort into it, like they're actually not that hard to find. But it depends. Yeah. Different people have different luck with it too. I can't explain it, but Cody, I'm doing well. Naud, welcome. With your fancy emojis and all. But let's pull up our where's my screen? Where's my screen? There's my screen. And we can get into some unboxing. First item up this week. Not too shabby. Got a dark wildfire. Everything intact. Got the tail, flames, the shield. Good stuff. Mike Anoid, welcome. Yes, I'm glad you enjoyed the surprise. I figured you bought enough food fights from me. I can give you a few freebies. Jindigo, my store has so many items. Are you trying to do another audit? Yeah, the store's doing well right now, and the one I'm most proud of right now is the creation crystals. Like, it's been nearly 2 weeks since we got those into the shop, and I think there's still creation crystals available for all 10 elements, which hasn't happened really ever in the shop. And so I'm glad to see we have, like, I'd like to be able to say we have the stock, but at the same time, it's like I want my whole point of running this business is to sell it. So I know we'll get there, but I'm glad that you didn't have to rush to the shop to pick it up day one. Like, you can casually shop at the store now and still have good stuff there. It's been awesome. So Brennan, Ghost, Earth Avenger, welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell Jillian Hager Skylanders Bowser, not food fight. Really? You're gonna claim Bowser as your favorite Skylander? A little suspect there, Mike. Little suspect there. But I will do my best to remind her of that. Skylanders Addiction looking for some Tree Rex this week. Well, yeah, all the tree wrecks sold out last week when I put them on sale. So you're surprised there's still people selling them online? Yeah, no, definitely not. I have not bought them all out yet. Working on it, but you got to remember, like Skylanders were huge back in the day. They sold millions of toys. So like, it is what it is. But yeah, like there's millions of toys out there. To go along with that dark wildfire, we actually have the regular wildfire too. Stick with the shop. At half the figures you had now, and now you're complete in-game collection. Nice. Nice. That's what we're going for. We're here to help you complete your collection. Skadoosh, thank you for that. That's awesome. All right.
Let's face the truth.
Let's get back to this unboxing. Or really get into this unboxing. We have Wildfire and Dark Wildfire. And that's a good start, but there's more to come. There's a Lobstar. And we got ourselves Nightmare. And a Jolly Bumble Blast. There's our friendly giant and genie. And a big thump back. Swap our halves. Set those aside for now. Ooh, Tree Wrecker. That would be a plot twist. Mikeanoid, what are you doing with those food fights, man? Gotta find out. Ghost, yeah, I do get a number of broken figures. If we're talking about like cosmetic damage, but they still work in the game. Yeah, I do get a lot of broken figures. And that's why this week I just put up some damaged mystery boxes up in the shop. So if you go to SkylandersCharacterList.com, you'll see a big red button on the front page there for the damaged mystery boxes. I offer 30 figures for $30. All the figures are going to be damaged in some way, but they all still work in the game. Now, if you're talking about broken, when I say broken, I mean like they don't work in the game. I get a few, but not a lot. I have now sold over 16,000 items in the shop, and I have like 24 broken figures that don't work in the game. So figures that don't work in the game don't come around very often. But if we're just talking about cosmetic damage, like broken arms and broken wings and that sort of thing, like, yeah, that happens quite often. And I have to find a way to offload them. But yeah. Why is Jolly Bumble Blast easier to find than Lightcore? I think Lightcore, unfortunately, was a case of a late wave release and poor distribution. Whereas the Jolly Bumble Blast was a holiday variant, and they always make sure to pump those into the stores. Like everybody gets their hands on those, and those come out. You know, that's going to be like wave 3 type of thing. So that there's just more of them out there. But yeah, I think Lightcore was Lightcore Bumble Blast wave 5. It may have been. But yeah, definitely harder to find. To keep items with regluable separate from items that are missing or scuffed. No, I don't, Jindigo, right now. I've thought about separating stuff in the future, but I just have so many damaged figures that I just pile them all together. So yeah, I don't have them separated right now, but Yeah, you're right. Some of them are just easily re-glued or whatever. Skoosh, that's not bad for helping you complete the collection. I should add Ninja Stealth Elf to mine. I could probably do that. All right, but there is my boy Camo, Series 2 Thornhorn Camo. And some more swapper halves there. Ooh, here's one we like. Anybody need a flip wreck? It's always a nice one to see. And we got ourselves Crypt King. And a little Tiki Speaky. There is Spry. And a Deja Vu. Along with a Riptide.
I am destined for greatness. I've got edge.
DK is better than Bowser. Interesting. I'm guessing you'll have some people disagree with you here, but Bumble Blaster is Flipwreck uncommon in the US. Relatively. He's definitely been harder to find. One of the harder to find Trap Team core figures. I mean, not quite as hard as Spotlight and Blackout, but yeah, Flipwreck, like Flipwreck, High Five, Bat Spin, they're all kind of on that level. They're not easy to find, but not super rare either. Ghost, do I deliver to the Netherlands? So not directly. Here's my spiel. I have international customers, but I do not ship outside the US. So I will post my video here. I have a short 2-minute video on my YouTube channel. I'll get you a link in just a moment. But this is... I'm going to post this link down in the comments here. But this is the solution that many of my international customers use, or something similar, some sort of freight forwarder. So you can check out that video, and there is a way to do it. The problem is international shipping is very expensive, and so it varies much country to country. So instead of trying to take care of every country, I just do it this way. Like, you're still going to have to pay the international shipping costs, but if you're willing to pay those fees, then there is a way to do it. So that's how we go about it. Why is Tri-Tip considerably cheaper than the others? One, he was a wave 1 figure, so he's relatively common. And 2, he didn't turn out that great. Like, I mean, personally, I don't really care for his design that much, and then his gameplay was just mediocre. Like, it's not, he's not big fan favorite or anything. All right, let's get some more figures here. Anybody looking for a Hornblast Whirlwind? Series 3 Hornblast Whirlwind. Or we got ourselves Stink Bomb. And a Dark Food Fight. You know, Mike Knight doesn't always go for those, so if you want a Dark Food Fight, you might be able to get your hands on that one, actually.
Did that just happen?
All right, more swapper halves. I'm really hoping we find these swapper halves, but we'll see. There is a mini genie, so it's a red base mini. So mini genie. Makes sense with the spry we just pulled before. There's a bushwhack. And a dune bug. Get those going there. How common is Rocky Roll? Yeah. So he's not quite as bad as Blackout and Spotlight, but probably comes in. So it's probably like Blackout, Spotlight, Echo, and then Rocky Roll is probably like the fourth hardest to find of the Trap Team core figures. So yeah, like all of those were like same wave, and that's why they're all tough to find. And like it's just late wave distribution, poor distribution, and it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it now.
Showing signs of growth.
But they did get apparently distributed a little bit better outside the U.S. because like European countries don't seem to have quite as much trouble finding them. But yeah, here in the U.S. for sure. Kobe, welcome. Obsession, welcome too. But Kobe, yeah, I nothing too huge so far. Like I said, after last week, like today is gonna feel like a disappointment, but it's actually a pretty decent lot. So far we've had a bunch of Trap Masters. So we started out with Wildfire and Dark Wildfire. We got a Flip Wreck in there. Nightmare so far. I mean, nothing huge, nothing outrageous, but we're only about 24 figures in as well. And actually, that's yeah. We already had a Nightmare Crypt King, but there's a second one. So 2 Crypt Kings in the slot. And there is a Gusto.
I am destined for this.
Whoa. Obsession, what's going on here? Mykanoid is showcasing his lot of food fights in a chaos mode block. Oh, part 2 is gonna be killer. Okay. Is this the official usage of the food fights here? Is this what's going on? I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. All right. Also found both parts of our blast zone. Starting to get some swappers put together here. There is our Fire Kraken. A light core Drobot. And I'm sure someone will be looking for this one. But we have another Doomstone. We had 2 of these in the shop last week. But of course, those sold out right away. So I know, like I said, I think there's still people looking for Doomstone out there. Okay, that's not the official usage, but a lot of people are asking you to do it. Fair enough. Give the people what they want, I guess, right? All right, we already had Nightmare, but here is Night Light. We got both our light and dark Trap Masters. And then, of course, the Series 2 Cinder, because why not?
Blockhead. Another hit.
There is a Sunscraper Spire. And Series 3 anchors away Gilgrunt.
See the light.
Here's your Series 1 Grim Creeper. Which, as of lately, I feel that the Series 1 is harder to find than the Light Core version, but oh well. There is a Rattleshake and a Series 1 Double Trouble. Kobe, I do still have the bottom half of Doomstone on the have shelf. It has not sold, and I have not found the other half for it. So if you're interested, let me know. But
Go ahead.
Shocks, how you doing? All right, some more halves here. First, we have a Scorp.
I always look good.
Then Mike, no, do you need a dark super shot stealth elf? Interesting. I also had 2 of those last week, but yeah, they sold that already. So I'm doing well, Shocks. Thanks. All right, swappers. We got. There is our Magna Charge. And nope, that's the wrong half. Just double check for damage here because this one likes to get damaged, but I think he's okay. We have a Hoot Loop today.
Always do my best.
That's cool.
King of the Sting.
Ghost, you bought a big lot and try and sell some, but it won't sell. Yeah, so what I usually find is like people don't always like to buy large lots of Skylanders just because like there's going to be a lot of stuff they don't need in that lot. And so if you can try to mitigate that and give them smaller lots. So I mean, if you're able, sell things individually, but then you're going to be left with all the super common stuff that nobody wants. But if you can't sell individually, I would say sell in lots of like 4 or 5 figures at a time. This is what I used to do on eBay back in the day. But you can, if you can group 4 or 5 figures, because like 4 or 5 figures is still going to be lightweight. So to ship them, it's going to cost about the same as shipping 1 or 2 figures. And so you're not paying any extra in shipping, but you're giving them more value. And it's a small enough lot that even if there's 1 or 2 figures in there that they don't need, they're still more likely to buy it than if you say, here's a lot of 50 figures and they only need like 5 out of the 50, they're probably not going to buy it. But if you give them a lot of 5 figures and they need 3 of them, well, they might buy that one then. So that's how I would go about it. Just break it up into smaller lots, some good stuff, some bad stuff in each lot, and go about it that way. What's the likeness of finding King Cobra Cadabra? He shows up from time to time. I mean, it was a store exclusive, at least here in the US. I don't know if it was abroad or not. But it's still possible to find for sure. Obviously, Cobra Cadabra is more common, but if you keep your eye out, you'll be able to find one eventually. It might take a little while, but there you go. Boombringer, welcome to chat, and you're welcome. I'm now curious what kind of plans you have for those stump smashes, since you did in fact buy all like 45 of them or whatever it was between Series 1 and Series 2. I think everybody needs to pay attention to Boombringer's channel. There's something fishy going on, I think. I'm curious. I mean, unless you're just that big of a fan of Stump Smash and you want to own them all, but feel that there's something else planned. Hopefully, if not, you should probably think about planning something. Skadooshed, yeah, disappointed. I was surprised, man. I was very, very surprised that Thrillipede didn't get more votes. I thought for sure Thrillipede would be the first one on the auction block, since we rarely get him. But that voting did not go the way I anticipated. So, yeah, purple flame firebone hot dog is up first this week. But yeah, maybe Thrillipede next week. I'm considering, will I have a bunch of stuff like this? Just throwing the vote up there every week and let you guys decide, and we'll see. But yeah, Thrillipede will be, should be within the next month. We'll see how it goes. Got a swap for us for PS4 for $40. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, all the PS4 games have been skyrocketing. It used to be Xbox One was the most expensive one out there, but now PS4 has really outpriced most of the Xbox One stuff recently.
Light core.
Ghost, that's weird. If you can't even sell a Doomstone by itself. The only thing I can think of is, do you have stuff priced too high? Maybe try lowering the price a little bit and see if it goes. That's the only thing I can think of. Doomstones fly off the shelf here. I sell Doomstone for like $20 US. I don't know what that translates to in what'd you say, the Netherlands, or where were you? Somewhere up here. Netherlands, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what $20 would translate to, but it should be able to sell something. Yeah, Skadoosh, I figured you already had Thrillipede, but yeah, I'm curious to see what it goes for as well. But the people have spoken, so. Pumpkin Eyebrow, what do we have so far? Today has been mostly Trap Masters as far as hard to find stuff. We got 2 Crypt Kings. We got a Wildfire, Dark Wildfire, Nightlight, Nightmare, Doomstone, Flipwreck. I guess Doomstone and Flipwreck are probably the rarest so far. So nothing super rare necessarily, but like I said, everything's going to feel like a disappointment after last week when we have half a dozen chase variants and a bunch of, the big 3 we pulled, a bunch of Imaginators and stuff. Like, nothing's going to compare to last week. But like I said, more Trap Masters here. We've got a Gear Shift and a Wallop intact today. Finally, we've been getting a lot of wallops with either broken hammers or the hammers loose out of the hand, and yeah, finally intact. We can put them back in the shop. I got a legendary Hurricane Jetvac. Looks like he's a little bent, got a little extra hunchback going on there, but intact yet. Not cracked. Looks like our second Thumpback as well. And then a Series 1 Lightning Rod.
Teddy speaking. I am awesome.
Pumpkin Eyebrow bought some Senseis for your birthday. Nice. Has Jillian drawn Skylanders with the shipments? I think she's drawn a few, at least one I know. Was that just last week? It may have just been last week that she she drew Whisper Elf. Like it was just like the head of Whisper Elf, not the entire figure. But yeah, I think people last week were getting Whisper Elf. Oh boy. Your cousin made you a Skylander sheet cake where the sheep is flat. You're like flattening all the sheep in SSA with Stump Smash. Nice. So you're repaying her. Oh boy. Oh boy. I kind of feel like you do need to turn that into a video though. I'm curious to see how that goes. But I'm glad you have a plan for all those Stump Smash. Yeah, Kobe. Last week with damage figures. There are 57 damage figures in that giant collection that I bought. Because they were not... They did not survive the shipment. So it's unfortunate. You'll probably see a bunch of those, the damaged Imaginators from last week. A bunch of those will probably appear in the auction this week. So if anyone doesn't mind a little bit of damage on your Imaginator, most of them, like I have the parts to go with it because they're obviously damaged in shipment, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, what happened to the Clear Starcast? Yeah, so the Clear Starcast was part of that shipment, and I was like when I purchased that lot, I was going to add that Clear Starcast to my collection. Like I love Starcast, and yeah. So yeah, the Clear Starcast was damage that happened during shipment. Like it was not damaged when it was shipped. I was going to add that to my collection. So it that's probably going to go up for auction at some point, unless someone wants to make me a private offer on it. I'd take private offers on those, on damaged figures like that. But yeah, I might hang on to it for a while and see if I change my mind about it, about keeping it. Yeah, Skadoosh, I understand. Like I could fix it myself and keep it, and like I said, I might hold on to it for a while, just because like I do want that figure. Maybe hold on to it until I find one that's not damaged or something like that. But yeah. What's the best way to repair and salvage these figures? I mean, it depends on the damage. Because like some of the damage is just like, oh, the arm came out of the socket. So 2 drops of super glue and stick the arm back in the socket and you're good to go. Other ones though, where like the arm actually snapped, like we get some where like Slam Bam's arm broke just under the pressure. So like stuff like that. I mean, the repair is going to be super glue or epoxy or some kind of fix like that. And it's just a matter of being careful with it and lining up the parts as best you can. Yeah, in all honesty, yeah, there you can talk to different people and there's different solutions out there. There are some super glue type products that are made better for plastic as opposed to wood or something like that. Yeah. The repairs are, if you're careful with it, you can make them look pretty seamless. Yeah, and you're right, Skadoosh. Like it's just the star that cracked off. Like the star would be hard to replace, honestly. like where it cracked and how it cracked, it would be a tough repair, I feel. And even then I wouldn't really trust it. But yeah, I might hold on to that one for a while. I should put it up on my shelf. I really should. And just hold on to it till I get a better one. All right, more figures here. We got Swarm and Eyebrow. It's a red base mini Eyebrow. We got the top half here. So we got ourselves a Freeze Blade and Sharpshooter Terrafin. And there is Slobbertooth. Can I make a video of the clear Starcast damage? I could probably do that, yeah. It's just going to go on the long list of videos I need to make. But yeah, that one should be relatively simple. So, there's a Series 1 Jetpack and a legendary Jawbreaker. This is another one we've been getting a lot of damaged Jawbreakers in recently. So I'm glad to see like this this order was just packaged better. Not piling 50 pounds of Skylanders on top of each other. Yeah, you're curious what my reaction was when I saw the damage. Honestly, I had to just set it down and walk away. Like, I was not happy about that at all. So it's, yeah, I just needed to take a break, take some space. Bring this thing. Because like that's not a figure that I can just turn around to replace, even if I had the money. But I'm not happy about that. Not happy. Yeah, Boombringer, you've been seeing the armless Jawbreakers too. And it's just because Jawbreaker's another one. Like, his arms are a little bit thinner than, say, like a Slam Bam or something, but they're still not easy to break. Like, you do have to apply a lot of pressure to get it done. All right, there's our Series 3 Ninja Stealth Elf. Kobe, yeah, do I plan to do figure focus on Spyro? Yes, I do. So originally, when I started doing the figure focus videos, I had it all planned out that I was going to do one a week. And when I got to the 32nd one, it was going to be Spyro, and that was going to happen on the 10th anniversary last year. That obviously didn't happen because I got distracted with the shop. And the shop took up so much of my time that I stopped doing the figure focus altogether. I'll get back to him eventually, but yeah, I'll get to one on Spyro. Yeah. Is there any Nitro Magna Charge? No. We've had the regular Magna Charge so far, but not Nitro. Greg, is poor packaging or poor handling? A little bit of both, honestly. So the biggest problem from the packaging, like they were all like packed up in Ziploc bags, which is okay. I mean, that's not the worst as long as they're not all like overstuffed in the bags. But what happened was they just put all like the entire collection into one big box, and that box ended up weighing about 50 pounds. And so when you get a 50-pound box, I mean, the figures at the bottom of the box, then they have 50 pounds sitting on top of them for a few days during shipment. And that's going to cause a lot of stress on those figures, on the plastic. not to mention when then the box is tossed around and it's flipped upside down and on its side and probably has other boxes placed on top of it. And I think this box might have been reused because by the time I got it, the side was split open and you could see where they tried to retape it. I'm not sure if the original sender tried to retape the box or if it's like UPS tried to retape the box. But yeah, I mean, it had a rough bit of transit for sure, but it could have been packed better to prevent that. Because, like I say, I never want to see 50 pounds in a box unless inside the big box is a bunch of smaller boxes, because that's going to distribute the weight and provide some more structure to that box, so the box doesn't split open. You don't actually have 50 pounds sitting on top of one particular figure. Like there are a lot of things you can do to mitigate that. And I mean, I can't blame people too much because like I didn't instruct them on how to ship these things. I didn't. Most people haven't shipped 50 pounds of Skylanders before, so they don't know what can happen, or like they don't think about that stuff. But yeah, it started with poor packaging. The poor handling didn't help, but it's a little bit of both. All right.
Catch it. I've got my eye on you.
And then we also have a stealth stinger here. That's our first vehicle today.
Got an eye for talent. I've got my eye on you.
There is a light core countdown. And a midnight museum. Already had the Sunscraper Spire. Got both of those levels there. And of course, our buddy Washbuckler. All right. Why do you think the quality of Imaginators figurines are so much better? Because they were rolling in cash by that point. They knew they could upgrade the. I mean, I think they kind of knew it was going to be their final game at that point, and so they just kind of went all out with it. And I think also like because they were making half of the quote unquote figures in Imaginators were creation crystals. I think those are probably cheaper to make. And so they could spend a little bit more money on the figures themselves. Since there were no like core Skylanders, core figures. I mean, I guess those were kind of the creation crystals. But yeah. I don't know exactly what the process was behind all that, but it's kind of what goes through my head. Ooh, Lynn, a custom instant Spitfire. Hey, customizers out there. Earthen Mendra, if you're still here. Or I know we have a few other customizers in here. Yeah. That could be interesting. An instant Spitfire. I feel like someone's made one of those before. I don't have a video or anything or a picture of it, but that'd be interesting. Yeah, Greg, exactly. Like I do need to make that video, but that doesn't help me when like I'm buying from eBay or something. Like people aren't gonna sit down and watch my video on teaching them how to pack Skylanders. But it could help when I buy like private collections. And when I'm paying 4 figures for a lot, I'm like, hey, would you mind watching this 2-minute video about how to safely pack Skylanders? Like that is something that I do want to, a video that I do want to make, because I do think it could be useful. Yeah. So Someday I will get to that. That one I think is going to be a little bit harder to make than some of the other videos I have on my list, and that's probably why it hasn't been made yet. But I will definitely get to that. All right, some more vehicles. We got our dive bomber and a jet stream. There's hijinks and a light core tornado. Yeah, we got a bunch of duplicates in here. There's another dive bomber. And actually another jet stream. No selfies. All right, there is a dive clops. Here's your Series 2 turbo jetpack. I know someone will be looking for that one. Never stays in the shop for too long. And a rocket ram. Cody, yeah, I think I have plenty of armless lobstars. I don't know if you're thinking about a specific one, but yeah. Armless lobstars are relatively common. Yeah, I think there would be a market for the instant Spitfire. Tropaz, welcome. There's been a lot of Swap Force and Trap Team stuff today. So a lot of Trap Masters.
For the win.
2 Crypt Kings, Wildfire, Dark Wildfire, Wallop. Got a Doomstone, Nightlight, Nightmare, that kind of stuff. Nothing super rare variant type of stuff, but yeah.
Look out below!
Ooh, Greg, that's interesting. Contacting sellers beforehand just to ask them how they're going to ship it. That's not bad. It's not a bad way to go about it. All right, here we go. Let's make it official. We haven't done this in a while. Here's our tree rex. It's not a lot unless you get a tree rex.
Oh, this is got a limit.
Martin, welcome.
Hook and
There you go, STL. Subscribe, comment, and like. You just thought it meant Skylanders character list. Little did you know. Little did I know. I was planning for the future. Got ourselves a light core shroom boom. There's the Mirror of Mystery. Fantastic level. If you have not played this level, play Mirror of Mystery. Very, very good. One of the best storylines ever. Ooh, that looks like some damage. Well, who wants to see some damage I've never seen before? Damaged Archean crossbow. Now, this little gear by itself would make a cool part for customization, actually. Now that I see it separated. Once again, yes, this would be a super easy fix. I get that. Like, I can just reattach it here. Like, I could put that back on and no one will never know that it's damaged. But because I have seen this, because I have shown you, like, this is part of the reason I do the live streams. I want you guys to understand that I try to pull out the damaged figures. So if you receive something that's damaged from me that you bought from the shop, that was not my intent to send you a damaged figure. So if you receive something that's damaged that's not supposed to be, please contact me. Send me an email. Send me a DM on Twitter. We'll try to make it right if we can. We'll try to replace the figure if we can, or worst case scenario, I'll give you a refund. Like we'll make it right. But I'd rather have you contact me than just complain about it online or something. So yes, like this is not going to be sold in the shop, even though, like I said, it's an easy fix. I can pretend it never happened. And no, that's a damaged figure. That one gets set aside. That one gets sold either in a damaged mystery box or at auction or something like that, or private sale if somebody wants it. But yeah, like that's how I treat the damaged figures. They do not get sold in the shop. So anyway, yeah, Boombringer, there you go. Mirror Mystery is the best adventure pack for Trap Team. I think I would agree with that. Like everybody makes a big deal about Sunscraper Spire and Mirror Midnight Museum because it's the light and dark stuff. And like I get it. Like that was the big stuff of the day, but they're not the best levels. They're really not. Yeah, Greg. Yeah, when I send someone figures, yeah, I want them to receive the figures in the same condition that I sent them. Now, occasionally, things break. It's true. It happens. But we do our best to package them in a way that they don't break. But if they do, I'm going to take care of you. I'm not going to leave you hanging. You got to let me know that something happened, though. Like I can't track the condition of your package after it leaves my house. So there you go. My top 10, I can't even give you a top 10 right now. I can give you my number one is camo. That's it. That's all I can give you right now. Someday maybe I'll make a top 10, but Lynn, do I think I'll ever start selling things like Disney Infinity? So I don't plan on selling other things on the site. Occasionally you'll see other things that I get listed in the auctions, things that aren't regularly in the shop. I do have a bunch of Disney Infinity figures that have just come along with other Skylanders lots. I do have them in stock right now. They're not listed on the site. You'll have to contact me privately if you're interested in it. I have some listed on eBay right now and stuff like that, just because I don't want to contaminate the shop. I don't want to water down what's in the shop and deal with that way. But the demand for like Disney Infinity isn't nearly as high as it is for Skylanders. And so I don't see me doing it regularly. I want to focus on Skylanders. That's what I know. That's what I love. And that's the audience that I have. So I'm going to stick to Skylanders. But if you are interested in like Disney Infinity, I do have some. Reach out. Let me know. All right. What else we got in here? We got... There's our Spitfire. And we got a Series 1 Shroom Boom. Let's go along with that light core. Artioka, what's the Skyland that barely sells? I mean, all of them actually sell pretty well. Even, I mean, Shroom Boom is probably one of the worst sellers. But even then, like, he still sells from time to time. I don't know. Yeah. Who's your underrated Skylander? Rubble Rouser. Rubble Rouser is vastly underrated, I think. It's true. I also get Amiibo once in a while. Greg Camo is your son's favorite as well. Cool. He's a solid character. I like him.
Feel the fire.
Addiction, you like Nightmare Express the best? That's fine. That's fine. Everybody's gonna have their opinion. All right. We have a few more figures to get through here. We have a Super Shot Stealth Elf.
He's
Got our Shark Tank. And another Dive Claps. Another Anchors Away Gil Grunt. There's a Hot Streak. Got a Free Ranger. And there's my underrated boy, Rubble Rouser. Oh. Two more here. Got one trap. All of that trap team stuff and just one measly. It's not even a starter pack trap. So we got the magic log holder trap. And then we also have a Firebone hot dog with his tail intact. That's cool. But as far as the unboxing goes, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got in the lot today. So if you're just here for the unboxing, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I will be finishing resetting these, and then I'll be testing and resetting the vehicles and magic items. I'll jump down to the other games to do that. But if anybody's looking to get out of here, just a reminder that this week should be fairly normal. We'll get the auction preview video up later today. The private auctions then on Thursday for our VIPs. It's not too late to become a VIP. Go check out supportscl.com. You can sign up there. Get 20% off all your orders at the SCL shop, as it says scrolling across the bottom of the screen here. 20% off every order at the SCL shop if you're a VIP. And then you also get access to the private VIP auctions on Thursday. So we get those VIP auctions on Thursday. We get the public auctions on Friday. And then we will get the shop update on Saturday as normal. So lots of good stuff going on there. But yeah, we're going to be wrapping up this unboxing with the resetting here. And then we'll be out of here before too long. Ooh, most loved and most hated ability for swap zone. Swap force. Wow. Most hated is the spin.
Off the charts.
Like Doomstone's ability. That spin. Those levels are so dumb. You have next to no control. It's a lot of random stuff. You can see me rant about it in one of my Super Saturday videos I did. I think it's awful. My favorite is probably the bounce, partly because like Rattleshake's my favorite swapper, and he's got that bounce. So yeah, I'll go with that for now. Boombringer, yes, Rubble Rouser is really good. Absolutely. Oh, Rattle Rouser, there you go. Well, I love Rattleshake. So yeah, I could see a Rattle Rouser being top notch. No Patina Eruptor. Greg, I have gotten a Patina Eruptor before. We sold it at auction. But yeah, I don't know if you're making a joke or not, but that's not out of the question. We have gotten those before. Tortle, am I planning on making this official SCL Discord server? So Discord is not my favorite. One, it takes a lot to run a Discord server properly. Two, Discord servers tend to take a dive after about 2 months. There are half a dozen Skylanders Discord servers out there right now, and they just evolve over time. Like it takes a lot of time and effort to manage them and keep people in check, and they just get overrun with people who talk about random stuff that's not Skylanders related at all. And like what's the point then? What's the point of having this Skylanders Discord if you're just going to talk about what you had for breakfast? Like it, yeah, that's not for me. That's not something I want to do. I do have potential plans for developing another community that will be specific to SCL. It will likely be an evolution of the VIP program. So it'll be like I'll probably still keep the VIP if you just want like the discount in the auctions. Like you can just join that. But then there will probably be like a level above that for super collectors who want to actually talk about Skylanders and discuss where and how to find figures and set up trades and help each other complete collections, and where I can help you complete your collections too. And we can have different activities and meetups and stuff along that line. That's kind of the thing that I want to do, is something that is actually dedicated to Skylanders, that is dedicated to the community and completing collections, because like that's what I'm here to do. So I don't see me starting a Discord server, but if you're looking for an SCL community, there may be something coming down the line.
Silent but deadly.
All right. Why is it called Patina Eruptor? Yeah. So if you understand Patina, Patina is kind of, it's a thing that happens like to copper when it turns green. Like that's the look that's happening there, and that's called patina. So yeah, it's not exactly the name of the color per se, but it's that style. Zuno, welcome. Glad to see you here again. All right. Let's see. That is all the figures tested. Still got a couple of vehicles to go through, so we're going to switch games here. So yeah, vehicles and magic items. So yeah, I'll be around here for another 10-15 minutes probably. And then we're going to move on so I can get those auctions ready for you later today. Portal Master Games. Nicely done. 15,000 views. Celebrate those milestones. Not everybody makes it that far. Just be consistent. Be consistent. It'll help. How often do I receive sealed Trap Team Walmart exclusive Gil Runt? Sealed, not too often. No, that's not stuff I get super regularly. I don't aim to buy sealed stuff. I just take it if it comes along with other lots that I'm buying. So I mean, I do have sealed items, but yeah, those Walmart exclusive ones I can't say I've seen very often. Ooh, Greg. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah. I'm thinking something along the lines of I've toyed with Nick calling it like Club 603 or something like that for the super collectors who want to collect all 603 collectibles. But yeah, something along those lines. Like even if you obviously you're going to be allowed in, even if you don't want to collect all 603, but just the idea behind it. Kobe, have a good day. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Check out this hot streak.
Hot streak.
That's the standard version.
Cyber deadly.
But yeah, the Skylanders community that I have in mind, like I said, it's gonna have to be a paid thing for me to do it. To spend my time doing that.
Hot streak.
And it's I know it's not going to be for everybody. It's going to be a small community, but I think it is something that will help the people that are in it. Will help people that are a part of it.
Shark Tank.
And I'm not the only one with knowledge out there about collecting and about Skylanders. And it can be a great place for collectors such as yourselves to get together and share your knowledge with other people out there. So that's kind of the idea that I have in my head right now. It's still a little bit on the new side, but yeah, like I think there's a gap out there that's not being served. So
Jet stream.
yeah, exactly. You went to some other servers, but you weren't easily able to get answers. I totally get that. I totally understand that. And that's where I feel that if we get this group of collectors together whose intent is just to help other collectors, like that is something that would be valuable. And I will help out as much as possible, but ideally the other members of the community will be willing and able to help just as much as I can. But I think it's all about how do you get that group together. And I think one way to do it is to put that paywall up there. Because then when it's free, anybody and their cousin is going to join. Which isn't always a bad thing. But there's a different level of commitment to it. People treat it differently.
Look at these skills.
Sab. Yeah, how much should I make? Yeah. So I'm not gonna reveal exact numbers on what I'm making on this, but it's enough that I can do this basically full time. So yeah, I mean, if you want to do it as a side hobby, it's definitely viable. I've always said it's a great way to kind of finance your collecting hobby, is if you can sell stuff off. But it's there are expenses that go along with it, and that's what you have to realize. So like I could give you my, and I may share these at some point. I've been thinking about this maybe when I reach the 1 year mark of the shop being open, sharing some numbers. And like I can tell you how much I've made in like just in gross sales. But then from that, like that number is going to look huge. But then you have to realize like 40 to 50% of that goes into me buying the inventory, and another 15 to 20% goes into shipping costs. Not only the shipping fees, but the shipping supplies, you know, the bubble wrap and the packing paper and the boxes. I have to buy all that stuff. And then there's payment processing fees to PayPal and Stripe. And then I've hired Jillian. You know, Jillian is my shipping manager. This year we officially made her an employee. So now I'm paying for an employee as well. Like there, so I'm all the money I make is not pure profit. I make enough profit that I can spend, like I said, this is basically my full-time job, and I can spend time doing it because I am making money. But it's not like I'm going to be a millionaire in 2 years or something like that. I'm not making that much money. Yeah. It's something that can be profitable if you do it regularly. Yeah. Was the pink Barbella most rare, expensive Skylander that's released? I mean, that one's up there, but I wouldn't say it's the most expensive. No. I don't know which one I'd put at the most expensive right now. But I think even like some of the older ones, like red camo, can go for more than pink Barbella. But yeah, I haven't looked into those recently. How common is to see a sealed red metallic flame slinger? Yeah, oh, you mean like the golden flame slinger or the bronze flame slinger? The one that was the Amazon exclusive from Giants? I mean, to see one still in box is a little bit more rare. I've actually been surprised how hard it is to find them even out of box. But yeah. I reset this thing. Okay, that's all my vehicles. I don't have that many vehicles. All right, I'll close that one and jump over to Trap Team. Greg, yeah, sharing 11 years worth of knowledge is important. 603 is truly a partial number. Yeah. And well, I mean, what are you talking about with all variants? Like 603 should include all the variants. And I can post that list sometime. But yeah, 603 should include all in-game and chase variants. If you're above that, I'm curious to know what you're thinking, what you're including in that list. There you go. Courtney's willing to share some of his numbers. And Courtney's, does what I do, except he doesn't have his own website right now, and he's selling mostly on Facebook. So it is kind of more of a part-time thing. Grossed 17K. After deductions, made about 6,500. There you go. There you go. That's something that's doable very much on a, hobby part-time basis. If you want, it can still be profitable. Yeah. Well, and Tortle, the thing with eBay prices like that, you always have to remember that there's a big difference between the prices people are asking and what people are actually paying. So like I think there's still someone up there asking $10,000 for a clear tough luck. Like no one should ever pay that. And I mean, there'll be people that are asking for $500, but people are only paying $300 for something. And so the $500 ones probably aren't going to sell until maybe we get around Christmas season again, when people get desperate and then they pay stupid prices. But that's not what they regularly go for. That's not its true value, really. The true value is what someone will actually pay for it. So. Airships 602 and 603 are the create your own Skylander card and figure. So let me get this booted up. So I don't have the card. But this is what we're talking about. So like this is like 603. The 3D printed figures you could get made from Imaginators, but you could also get it. Like I could have gotten this guy on a trading card that would have had a chip in it as well. And the thing is that they actually show up in the game. It shows up as CYOS, which stands for Create Your Own Skylander. And the card and this figure, this printed figure, show up separately in the game. So. Yeah, that was 602 and 603. So yeah, things like Purple If Chill aren't on the list. Things like like the Popthorn that was in the single pack that has a slightly different paint job, and the original Walmart exclusive Drill Sergeant and Whirlwind that have slightly different paint jobs. Like we don't count those in the 603 list. Yeah, Greg, if you're talking about packaging variants, yeah, that's a whole different game. Like, yeah, that I mean, if you're collecting single pack and triple pack and everything, yeah, you're gonna run into a lot of different variants for sure. So yeah, then you're over 603. If that's your collection. For me personally, though, I'm more after the 603, just one of every figure that they created, basically. Most of them I'll take out of box. Some like chase variants and stuff I'd prefer to have in box, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So, but that's totally something that would be a great discussion within the SCL community, right? Within a collector's community. Like, what does your collection consist of? Like, what is your goal? What are you collecting? Because that's what I say too. Your collection is whatever you decide to collect. If your collection is, I want one of each figure, one of each character, perfect. Go collect one of each character. If you want to collect all the standard characters and the in-game variants, and then your collection is complete, great. That's your collection. If you want to go after all the chase variants too, well, then that's your collection. I mean, you decide what your collection is. Don't let me tell you what your collection is. I don't, and that's why I might not reference the 603 in the name of the group, because I don't want to scare people off and thinking like you need to be collecting 603 to join this group. Like that's not what I'm going after. So yeah. Where we'll release the 603. It'll probably be on the website. I mean, I'll list it. If I start a group, I'll list it in there too. But that's something I'll put up on the website too. Courtney is right. Technically, all 603 are listed on the website. they're just not compiled into a nice list right now. But yeah. Yeah, so the Nightfalls that don't work on some games. Yeah, the original release Nightfalls, like you really need the packaging to kind of tell which one you have, right? Unless you're testing on like the Wii version where they didn't get the update and it's not going to work. But that would be something that, yeah, we don't include in the 603, but you could if include it in your collection if you want. All right. Skadooshed, welcome back. I mean, I don't think we got anything super huge. I think the last thing I pulled was a Firebone hot dog, just the standard version. But yeah. We're just running through the magic items now, and then I'm getting out here, so we're almost done.
Greetings, Portal Master. Something amazing has happened. Greetings.
No, Purple Lip Chill does not count towards the 603.
Something has happened.
No. Basically, as Courtney pointed out, like if it's not listed in the listings that are on SkylandersCharacterList.com right now, like if you go into the site and you click on like Spyro's Adventure and Giants and those pages there, the figures that are listed there are in the 603. Like that's what the 603 is. I'll put it together and is that one? Yeah, that one did work. Okay. I'll put it together in a nice, neat list for you at some point. But that's what it is. That's the 603 that we're talking about. So actually, I'm gonna make a video about this later this week, but I just pulled this one out today. If you want to see something weird, anybody that hung around, since we're done, I'm done testing now. Oh wait. Okay, the damaged Archean crossbow works too. But you know, this is what Shroom Boom's supposed to look like, right? Well, today I got this thing. Now, it doesn't look super obviously manipulated, but I have a feeling like someone customized this thing. And wrapped the slingshot around Shroom Boom's body and adjusted the arms into positions to hold it there. But yeah, this is quite curious. I have a very hard time believing this was like a factory error. Like this had to be someone customizing this thing. This is too far off from what it's supposed to be. Yeah. So you may see that pop up at auction at some point. Because it's unique. So why does 601 hot streak count? Because it meets the... So Pirate Dad and a bunch of other guys made up a list of qualifications to make it onto the list, and it meets all of those qualifications. Basically, it shows up differently in game. It is a big part of it. So it had like in the menu, it shows up separately, and that was kind of like what pushed it over the edge then, because the game registers that as a separate figure. They intended to separate because they needed it to act differently to unlock the game on mobile. So it was a close one, but yeah, it made the list. Shroom Boom 1.5. Yeah, right. All right. But that's all we got for today. So I'm going to get out of here. Going to get to work on that auction preview video. We'll release that later tonight. And then we got auctions next 2 days, Thursday and Friday. So that's all I got for today. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a blast. A lot of good chatter going on, and a good amount of support for a future SCL community. So I'll maybe make some strides forward in getting that done too. So Tortle, no. Basketball does not exist. Sunburn 1.5 does not exist, at least not in any official capacity. So anyway, thank you all for hanging out. I'll be back on Friday with the auction stream. I'm sure we'll be in touch before then. But have fun. Enjoy Skylanders. Go play some games. Collect some stuff.